Hi.
Hi.
You got
Hello, everyone.
Bonjour, bonjour.
Bonjour, bonjour. God kväll, god kväll.
Guten Tag.
Hola. ¿Cómo estás?
Muy bien, ¿y tú?
Mycket bra, mycket bra.
That's all I got. Zwei Bier bitte.
Dobry den.
Surprisingly, the English girl doesn't really know any other languages.
Shocker.
What
Well,
if
hello,
somebody-
everyone.
No.
What
Fine,
if
hey.
indeed?
I've been better at showing up on time.
You have
Yes, I did show up like 1 minute before we started the stream, but that's another issue, okay?
But yes, hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 27.
That's over half a year.
Yeah. We've
Which
made
is
it
cool.
this far. It's amazing.
Yeah, I know. We're still here.
Who'd have thunk?
For now.
For now.
Can we make it a year? I think we can.
We will.
We'll have to
Okay,
we'll have to message we'll have to get Rob to calculate when our 1 year anniversary is and make him do something for it.
I
Didn't
mean,
we
Rob
launch
can-
on like first
Go on.
week of August or something like that?
yeah,
Oh yeah, of course we did. Because
Yeah.
August.
Yeah,
because August.
That's how years work. In today's show, we learn about calendars, the Gregorian.
I mean, Earth years.
Yes, of course. Not in Sulin years.
Or dog years or Ranlan years. That should
What's
be
the
a
conversion of
Flickerverse.
a
What
Ranlan
if
year to our
Ranlan
Earth year?
because their weeks are like 10 days, right?
Oh, they might be.
something
Can't
like
remember
that.
Something like that. Good thing
I
we're all
think-
experts.
Yes.
I think the
Great
The
opening.
Grandland calendar is deeply infuriating. That's the only thing I remember from it. I don't know why, but anyway.
Is it bell time yet? No, that was 10 days ago.
Oh.
Speaking of calendars and oh yes, it's March. It's
Michael Livingston
and
Ferdinand. King
if you all
Ferdinand.
have the snack order calendar, you know what we're talking about.
Do you know that I actually like because I ordered the snack calendar and then I was like, oh, that's weird. I never received it. And I think 2 weeks ago I finally found it. It was just like next to my entrance door. I think I just saw it,
Oh.
put it aside, and then never touch it for like 2 months.
What?
And so I have the calendar.
You missed the best month. The Melondoin month.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Is Wow,
Awesome.
wow. I'm sure there are other good months.
I hear December is kind of great.
Yeah.
So anyway, speaking of calendars and time and whatever, what have you all been up to? Start with Sulin.
What have you been
What
up to?
have you been up to?
Where have I
Really?
been? Well, I fell over in the street and I've been on crutches for a month. So I didn't even properly fall over. I just tripped, like, you know, when you sort of like miss the curb. But I'm now off crutches. Hooray!
Yeah.
Nice. Congrats.
Which is very exciting because I was just, to be honest, I was mostly worried about. We have a big fancy event at work in 6 weeks' time. And I was mostly worried that I wasn't going to be able to wear heels all day for that. But because I have sprained it, but the X-ray said nothing's broken. So, what if Sulin had to wear flat shoes for a fancy awards event? We won't have to find out, guys.
That would be a tragedy.
It would be, but I am working on my Aiel cosplay for Jordan Con, which I'm very excited about. The bottom half is pretty much done. I'm debating shoes, but that's going to be my
Something
entire life.
proof.
Not heels, and but the top half's really hard because like I'm debating like like leather jerkins, like that, or like I don't know, like a white shirt that I can fuck around with, or I don't know. I don't know. So, but like, I'm also like trying to hold off until I've been paid, because when you buy
That's
new
always a good
glasses
thing,
and new, I spent like £300 at the dentist and £300 at the opticians. So February was an unexpectedly expensive month for me. Sorry, let me just tell you about all the boring facets of my life, which is not what you were talking about.
We love the boring
and
facets.
I'm nearly at the end of my reread of Shadow Rising.
Nice.
Which has been the big battle is about to happen. Spoilers.
Oh yes, this is a full spoiler show.
It's a full spoiler
In
show.
case you haven't noticed.
I feel like
Or
this
is there-
week's question is a full spoiler just in the question.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So I'm all right. I'm better than I have been. I do not wear Crocs. There's too many holes. Imagine you could really pointily be stabbed straight through the hole. It'd almost be like they should make like Daishan wear Crocs as like part of their servitude, so they have to be like vulnerable.
Yes.
The ultimate
White
humiliation.
Yes.
Oh.
You just
That
have
would
to
be
wear
fun.
Crocs for a year and a day.
Sadness.
Stunning. How's everyone else?
Better now.
Yeah, we're doing good. I was off last week. Went to another nerdy archaeology conference. Stone Age this time.
Nice.
My colleague had a presentation and survived that. All the social anxiety, but I managed to like actually have intelligent conversations and people actually seem to enjoy them. So yeah, good for me.
That's fun.
I have to hide in the bathroom a bit before like the dinner. It's just like, and then like, okay, I'm a normal human being. I can talk to people now.
There was a conference I ran a few years ago where I was based like in one of the lobbies on like the first floor, and for the whole week of the conference, and there were moments where I literally just had to like crawl under the desk and sit under the desk under the tablecloth and just sort of like just for 5 minutes, and everyone who was there with me were like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "I'm fine. I just need to not be normal for 5 minutes." So I get that.
Yeah. So how was the show last week? I haven't even.
You asked me about it and asked me what topic for this week was, and I said, I don't remember. I typed it in for next week. We'll be discussing this fancy topic. I just mind blanked for some reason.
I was there last week and I have no memory of it.
Me neither.
Not good. Not good.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So Androl, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm okay. I might have a migraine incoming, so I've been having it since this weekend. I was totally out this Sunday, so yay. So I've been doing nothing. Yeah.
That sounds great though. Doing nothing is.
Oh, found a new favorite show to watch.
Oh.
The
what?
Flickerverse Show?
It's a Canadian show called Letterkenny. It's
I've heard the name.
yeah, it's a comedic show. It's so amazingly Canadian, and they're talking in a fantastical way. Watch a clip of it, the intro clip on YouTube. It's amazing. They talk. I can't even describe it because it's so weird.
So it's called Letterkenny.
Letterkenny. It's a city in a small town in Canada. And then they
Okay.
did a spin-off show called Shoresy about a hockey player. And that's also amazing. It's just it's a weird kind of swearing poetry. Uno would they have
I'm on.
the way they're insulting each other. It's like poetry. It's so amazing. So check it out. It's
I'm already sold.
fantastic.
Okay.
Right.
Yep.
Nice. Camille,
Nice.
you've been up to some fun stuff, right?
Yeah, I went to see Hadestown.
Yeah.
Ooh,
We have
we
a
were
picture
yeah.
of that.
We were a nice group. We were 5 Wheel of Time fan
Oh.
plus few
Oh.
friends
Oh.
from Lada, and we were lucky enough to have Donald Finn and not his understudy during the play.
Oh,
Magic.
it's
Great.
too soon, okay? It's too soon.
I know you went there and couldn't got on Lizzie understudy, and also we were on the second row in the stalls, so we were so fucking close.
We were up in the gods, as far back as you really could be. And I was squinting, and when the understudy came on stage, I was like, "That's not Donald. It's not Donald." And I was sat next to Elliot, and I was like, "Elliot, that's not Donald, is it?" And he was like, "Oh, I don't think so." And I was like, "Rob, I don't think that's Donald, is it?" And we're all there. And then I looked again, and you know what? I could tell it wasn't Donald because of the size of the guy's biceps. And I was like, "That's not."
I
Matt's
thought you were gonna
arms."
say something else, and I was like, That's
No.
weird.
I was like, "That's not Matt's arm." But my eyesight's not very good at a distance, and but the arms I could tell. Just the weirdest bloody thing.
Yeah, it was
Well.
really good. I know we are gonna go back in May with a big group, and I'm very excited to see it again. The musical itself is genuinely
great.
good. I mean, since I saw it on Thursday, I regularly have one of the songs popping up in my head. It's been 4 nights that I wake up in the middle of the night and I'm trying to fall back asleep, and there's a song 5 seconds of the same song looping and looping again.
Is
And
it?
yeah,
Is it Wait for Me?
there's a few different songs that comes up. There was Wait for Me at some point, or Wait on Hadestown.
Yeah.
There was also We Build the Wall. The past few days, it's been We Build the Wall that keeps showing up with a very deep voice of the 80s.
Yeah.
Honestly, if anyone in Europe has the opportunity to go watch it, I highly recommend. It's a nice musical. I really loved what they did with the set.
Yeah, the set's cool.
I don't know if you got that when watching from above, but the
Yeah, I know what you mean.
the Wait for Me song, when suddenly the set increased, that
Yeah.
was just amazing. So Aginor and Udo, you're gonna come see it in May, right?
Yes.
Looking forward to it.
I'm excited for you to see it, honestly. And Donald is genuinely so good. And I saw there was a bunch of actors doing stage doors at the end, so we got to chat a little bit with Donald. And that was nice.
So that's cool.
Amazing.
Who you said had told you that he'd been to South Africa? So that's where he was when he should have been performing for me.
Yeah, I didn't post it on Twitter because I'm I don't know whether I'm afraid of making too big of a news of it, and then Donald be I don't know whether the actors are allowed to talk about that, but at the same time everyone's been posting about who's been where.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing it's not much of an issue, but yeah, we were just chatting and he just directly spills the bean. Oh yeah, I was shooting for them in South Africa last week. I'm okay, nice. So we know
Nice.
Matt's there.
Which is nice to have confirmed, to be fair. If there
Nice
was
to
a
have
reason that
confirmed,
he wasn't performing for us, I'm glad it's because he was performing for us in another way.
Right, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we saw quite a lot of social media posts about people in South Africa. If
Yeah.
if we want to
Yeah.
transition to that, I don't know.
Smooth
Right.
transition.
So, did he say anything else fun, or like, was he happy to meet some fans? He
Yeah,
looks very happy.
he was happy to meet people like from the fandom. He's also like happy that people from the fandom go see him in like places outside of Wheel of Time, in a sense that, for example, I think he really enjoys what he's doing with Hadestown, and so he's
Yeah.
happy that more fans get to see Hadestown just because at first they want to see Donald. I saw, like, I think Laura, the one with the green thing, asked him whether Matt would be singing at some point. And apparently
Ooh.
in season 3 so far, no, but
Oh.
he told us that he was reading the books, but wasn't like till the end yet. Like, he was basically following along with the season, so he didn't know whether Matt was singing it in later on in the book. So he asked us whether he was. So hopefully he'll get some singing at some point.
Nice.
So yeah, pretty much it.
That's cool.
Okay, we want to move on with some other social media stuff. I think the next one is also
A sad song. A love
Yeah.
song.
Hades Town stuff.
Oh yeah, they were doing a like this or that kind of thing with the cast.
Yes.
Donna was hysterical because he kept messing up every question. I mean, yeah.
Gosh, Hermes, not so good. I'm just rewatching these actors. I'm just,
Yeah, they were all great.
yeah.
So yeah, go to Instagram and watch that with sound, I guess.
Mhm.
You can just watch him screw that up.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Okay, let's see what's next. The Grinwell Cup. Sulin, I think you shared this one.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh,
it's March Madness again. The Grimwell Cup, for those who don't know, is a annual competition run by Ali from Will Takes. And it's which character embodies the essence of hotness, and this is a books only. This is not so no show goggles. And Nils is right. Loyal was robbed. And Ali only includes characters that are alive at the point that she is reading.
okay.
And if they win the entire competition, they are disqualified from future years. So last year, Barrelane won, and I rioted because I have severe issues with that. I think this year is going to be Lampier's year, and if anyone dares to say that it's not because of show goggles, I will fight you.
You can fight me. I was voting for women in STEM before the show came out, okay?
Yeah, today's poll is actually kind of brutal. It's Ruark, Tamal 4, Savannah, and Bane and Chiad. Like,
Yeah.
oh,
Bane and Chiad.
it's so much. Like, I think Ruark's winning.
Yeah, Rock is winning, which
For what it's
surprised me.
worth.
I thought Ben and Chiad would have higher.
I thought
And
Tab would do better personally, but
Eh.
I would love it if Ruark actually won. I mean, I just think anyone who goes up against Lamphere is not really going to win, which I have issues with.
That's
But
fine.
yeah, go and vote. No book goggles and no spoilers past
No show
where
goggles.
Ali is reading in Knife of Dreams.
Knife of Dreams.
Yes.
Right.
You said no,
Yeah.
no book goggles, but no show goggles.
Yes, that's what I meant. No show goggles.
Yeah.
And hey, Thatcher, don't worry. We are still chatting nonsense.
Yeah.
And here we have, speaking of essence of hotness, some Priyanka pictures. She was at some film festival in Berlin, I think. And yeah.
That's great.
I can't remember the movie now. What was it called? It doesn't say somewhere.
No clue.
I think it says it in the next one.
It's very green azure,
Right.
isn't it?
Very green Aja. Let's see.
the
what
Fable.
was- Yeah, the Fable. Yeah.
Fable. That's how you say it. Okay.
That's how you say it in English. That is an interesting dress.
Yeah. Also very greenish.
It is very green azure.
Except for the red heels.
Looks like an avocado.
A sexy avocado. I mean,
Yummy.
snack eyes today.
No, I can't unsee it. I hate you. I
It
don't know
does
who
look
they
like an
had made.
avocado.
Yeah. Oh yeah, here's our another person who's apparently in South Africa. Alexander Karim, who plays Lews Therin. And he
That's
wrote in
interesting.
this was part of some commercial thing. So he says in Swedish that it's really a surprise that you can buy Falu sausage in Cape Town. So it's like, yeah, big Swedish sausage, and it's like a commercial for a food and grocery store
The
thing.
big Swedish sausage.
Yes. Oh, Aggie is googling pictures right now
Of
to
big
share.
Swedish sausage.
I mean, it is. It's disgusting. Yeah. Oh my god, you need to share that picture. It is horrible. Just like. But
Do
yeah,
you
it's
have to?
Close your eyes, Camille.
Here he comes.
Oh, it just looks like a saveloy.
Yeah. This is a sausage.
Is it like a turkey sausage or something?
No.
No, it's pork.
It is
Um,
pork.
Traditionally, it was made from horses from the Falu copper mine. When they,
Really?
yeah, that's why they call it Falu sausage, because they had horses working in the mines, and when they got too old or too hurt to be useful, they made sausage out of them.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it just gets more and more disgusting. So yeah, Lews Therin is buying Falu sausage in Cape
In
Town.
Cape Town.
Great.
It's
Great.
so random.
Well, hopefully he's not eating Bella.
Ah.
But it's great to know that he's there and probably filming.
Yeah.
We would assume.
Yeah.
Maybe it's
But
like
there's quite a few different things that they seem to be filming in South Africa.
Yeah.
Because we know there's some waste-related activities. There's also maybe some Tanchiko thing, because we know that I think Zoe is there too. And Kiera. So yeah.
I mean,
It's
South
hard to say
Africa
exactly
has
what's
quite a
being-
big climate, right? It's not like they
Yeah.
go to South Africa and it's desert. There is lots of different. So,
And apparently they're also filming in a studio in South Africa. So like you don't know
Yeah.
what could be there specifically. So
I'm hoping this means that we get more like Lews Therin speaking to Rand scenes, sort of, that we start seeing that manifest. That would be kind of cool.
yeah, that'd be cool.
yeah.
Or like a little bitch fight with Asmodean.
Absolutely.
What's next?
Okay. What's next? Oh yes, landfare sighting. Also in South Africa, right?
Yeah, because I
you,
use Africa. So Honestly, I saw the
Aw.
story before seeing that tweet, and I was like, "Damn, that woman looks familiar. Is it really Lanfear? I don't know. I can't tell." So I didn't post about it because I'm so bad with recognizing like faces. I was like, "What if I start posting something and it turns out it's not Natasha O'Keefe?"
That's cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I miss those posts as well.
Yeah, I didn't see it either. So, and yeah, some more costuming for Sharon Gillan.
It's so pretty.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It does give me avocado vibes, I'm not gonna lie.
Another
No.
avocado.
Now you're gonna see avocado in every closet. Like,
Oh, I had an avocado earlier, it was amazing.
Oh, but that's gorgeous. Oh. Then we got another Sharon Gillan post. Behind the scene. And then next one. Yeah, just some more details.
Looks like an avocado.
No, that one doesn't.
No.
But the hair is very interesting.
Love
But
Yeah.
Owen. Guyception.
Guyception. So
It-
good.
It's Uno and Guy Doll Kane.
Oh, very good.
But it looks great.
It does look great. The
So
like
that's-
the open mouth bit is a bit
Yeah, I mean it's disturbing, but and Guy looks so happy. It's like, oh, look
he
at me.
does. He does. Bless his
I
soul.
think if you go to the next one, it's the original post from the prop person. Yeah, so she's the one I think who what's it called? Yeah, actually made the doll, and then I think it's like another prop person in the background.
It's so
That's cool.
creepy how real it looks.
Yeah.
More.
Mhm.
Oh wait,
Ah.
I can.
Do you think if it was you, you would ask if you could take it home with you?
No.
I'm just assuming
like,
that guy
prop
has
it
it in
round
the
the house
apartment and
and-
just like
I mean, that's such a good prop.
yeah. I would play so many pranks on people.
Ooh,
It's so disturbing.
I can't really
just-
look at it. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
You just put that on your couch and just wait for someone to get in, and then you show up from another room, and that's it. The prank is done.
You look so happy. Okay,
Oh my
I think
God.
the next one
Right,
is also...
what's next? What's next?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's not... It's just a... You
Oh,
need to zoom out a bit now.
I can't.
So creepy.
Oh, that's worse. Just slimy.
Oh, sorry.
It looks like Voldemort. It looks like the little like fetus Voldemort at the end of the last film.
No, because this one has a nose.
Yeah, that is the main exception.
Just need to trim the beard a bit.
Ah,
there.
it's brilliant.
Also, he has two eyes.
Right? Yeah.
Weird.
Okay.
Yeah, I find that surprising
Um,
that they made the two eyes with that many details when one of them is going to be hidden away by the patch.
And yeah, for all you lucky people going to Jordan Con, you get to meet Guy.
Yeah.
The year I decided
doing
not,
well.
not to go there.
Well, you'll see Guy at WhatCon and Malkier Con, so it's
Oh, you're
not
doing
like you're gonna
WhatCon?
miss him this year.
I'm coming to WalkCon. Oh, we're coming to WalkCon.
Nice. I'm not.
But you're going to Jordan Con.
Yeah,
Or-
I'm going to JordanCon. One US trip is going to be enough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we figured as much as well. Since you can't go in April, then it was like, okay, we'll do WhatCon this year. So, can't do them all, but
The Flickerverse has to divide and conquer.
yeah.
We'll
exactly.
never all be in the same room at the same time. It's impossible. Somewhere one of us
Right.
has to be Batman.
The
I'm
universe might implode.
I
But
still need to
anyway,
get my shit together for Prague.
if people are close to Germany, like in March, April, beginning of May, then you can go to the Bremer Shakespeare Company, and the guy is working with them and doing Shakespeare, doing Macbeth, Hamlet, and We Are Hamlet, which is like with Ukrainians, Germans, and Czech actors as well, and also with Jessica and Taylor. So if you have a chance to do that, recommend it. Yeah. Travel.
It does sound good.
We're looking at going in May, week before Hades Town. So
Oops.
we'll see. Maybe.
Because you're not busy at all.
Never.
I mean, weekends are for fun stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But there's a lot of like holidays and shit during the spring in Sweden, so we actually have 2 short weeks in a row. So that's
Ooh, fun.
nice. Okay, I
Should we,
think yeah, we've been going on for a bit. Should we flicker?
You should flicker.
We should. If Aggie can find the flicker button.
There we go.
It is believed there are worlds where a year is only a day here, and others where a day is a year here. There's supposed to be worlds where the very air would kill us at a breath, and worlds that barely have enough reality to hold together. And as we set out to explore these realities, remember one thing: be steadfast.
Yay! So, topic for this week. What if everything is just happening inside Lews Therin's mind? Interesting. Anyone want to start us off with some thoughts?
I guess.
Spoilers, I guess. All the
I mean,
spoilers.
Yeah. Well,
saying.
all right. I will
Well,
say, how do we know that this isn't already the case?
That was my initial thought as well, right?
Yeah.
Is there
Like-
any proof that we don't know this is actually the thing happening?
This
Yeah.
is the ending of Inception. You don't know whether it's real or not.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it could still be the case.
And that
And
would
there is
mean
quite a
like
lot of
we're
evidence.
yeah, that would mean we're still in the age of legends then, and is are we then in the middle of the breaking because Lews Therin sort of lost his mind after trying to seal the bore?
I mean, I looked at the news today. I could very firmly believe we're in the breaking of the world.
Not gonna argue with that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to be optimistic about the future these days.
Yeah. Although I know we're already getting off topic, but the best piece of news today was France enshrining abortion in its
Yes.
constitution. Yay, France!
That was
Yay.
yesterday, right?
Good for you.
There
I
was
think
there
I-
was another story today, so I was like,
It's
yes, good news.
I learned about that news because there was apparently people celebrating that victory, like in Paris, and dancing on Beyonce "Who Runs the World." girls.
Oh,
Mm.
And I thought that
And
was
also
great.
gay marriage in Greece.
oh, yeah,
really?
gay
Nice.
marriage,
Nice.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's the
And,
first like Orthodox Christian country to do it, isn't it?
And also
so,
the
yeah.
right to adoption, I think, for gay people in Greece. I think
Yeah.
they added that. Yeah. So some positive news.
So if it is happening in Lews Therin's mind, at least there's some good news getting through. It's not all doom and gloom.
I think then the
Um,
bubbles of evil will be like attempts at waking him up.
Ooh, yes. Like, you know, someone's like trying to shake him, being like, Lews, wake
Yeah.
up, the world is breaking. Or is he like trapped in the moment where he creates Dragon Man?
It's in the Matrix. And-
He's ascended into the Matrix.
He's stuck in the Matrix and someone is trying to get him out of it. I don't know.
So if it's all in Lews Therin's head, does that mean that the third age, an age long past, an age yet to come, is that him having a vision of the future? Or is it a hallucination and none of it is real?
It's completely delusional.
So it's completely made up. There is no, like, the dragon isn't being reborn. All of our loved ones' characters and stuff. I guess if that's the case, then there's some pretty weird shit that he's hallucinating at that point. Like, I feel like that's more than a I've gone mad on Sardine. That's a like I've taken some acid and I'm going mad on Sardine.
Why not both?
Like to specifically invent stuff like the Amelin seat isn't very good riding horses is like a particular level of detail that you like that is like you have to be really like involved in that trip, right? Like to and like how do you imagine all these things in your mind from like different people's perspective and with like limited perspective?
Counterpoint. Isn't that exactly what authors are doing?
Yeah,
Like
what
author
were,
literally
like-
puts like author just puts words in other people's mouth and describe things that they don't see. And maybe Lews Therin is actually the one writing the books.
So
I mean, who
Robert
hasn't
Jordan
written
is
fan
Lews
fiction
Therin.
in their head?
And then is Lews Therin actually quick crack the code.
So,
I
I mean,
can
what
see
were
that.
Lews Therin's hobbies? Maybe he was a hobby writer, like in his spare time.
Well, he liked women, didn't he? He liked thumbing his ear every time. Although you'd have to be very self-aware to write or to hallucinate Rand hallucinating Lews Therin. And
It's-
doing the like he started rubbing his ear and then he realized that was a thing Lews Therin liked to do. Like that is like another level of like not
It's
many
part of
people are
his
that
mind
self-aware.
trying to remind him that he's just like imagining everything, and then Lews Therin just dismissing that as no, it's happening to another character.
So if there were a character who like out of all the characters in the book, all 3,000-ish, do you think one of the characters is like a they are trying to wake me up character that his mind's created? Like
And
either
then
that person's so annoying or so unreal or so like I don't know, doing
Gut
things that
reaction was
should
pain with the wound.
what Padam Fane, did you say?
Yeah, with the wound and like that.
Yeah.
Maybe.
whenever
That was just too
Nail
abstract.
talks about waking up from the dream, it's them trying to
yeah.
shake Lews Therin.
That's a good point.
Yeah. The Dreamwalkers. maybe it's Hopper. Maybe Hopper is like, you know, Hopper's died and then he's in the dream world and then he's died again. Like, maybe Hopper's story is like the example that he needs to go on, and that's why Perrin goes on that journey, because it's like showing Lews Therin what he needs to do. You think like most of the characters have like one, like they have this thing and it is their thing, but like Perrin and Egwene both have dreamwalking in different ways. But like it is interesting that there are two main characters who both have this connected vision or connected talent or like thread of their story that is almost entirely unconnected to each other, and only really meets up at one point in the story, and it's all about learning how to wake from the dream. It's like clearly the Aiel weren't getting through, so his mind was like making up more ways to be like, no, Lews, come on, wake up.
Isn't that cool? It's like two different perspectives of like the same reality and the same can't find the words, but like it shows like how complex the world that Jordan created is.
Yeah.
It's not just like, oh, this is this thing and you do it like this. No, there are different aspects of it. I'm trying to like say something intelligent, but I just can't find words. So
that's fine. Doesn't Moraine in The Eye of the World mention about how the boy needs to be careful about their dreams or something like that? So maybe Moraine would be a manifestation of his insanity, and knowing that the dreams are something that would try to bring him awake, to make him more conscious. She tells him to be careful about his dreams, something like that.
Yeah, she does. She tells them to watch their dreams and like tell her if they have weird or whatever dreams, and because she like wards them while they're close, and then she's talking to the boys and like she sort of says, "Oh, Perrin's found a way to sort of shield his now." After he sort of starts with the wolves, and then Rand doesn't learn how to shield his dream until well, he finds out that it's sort of shadow rising to heaven-ish. Once he realizes the Dreamwalkers are spying on him.
So, at which point do we think that Lews Therin would just like escape into his own mind? Is it after he kills his family, or is that all just made up in his head as well, or is that like the trauma that just makes him go, oh? Like after
I think it's at that moment where he creates Dragonmount.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like frozen in time at that point.
Maybe by this act that he did on his family, he's trying to find some justification as to why he killed his own family, and that's why he creates this fictional world in order to get
to try again.
And it's kind of like, you know, WandaVision, with Wanda creating a new world to get over the death of Vision because she doesn't accept it. And,
it's like
Wanda.
It's Lews Therin having Rand's Veins of Gold moment, where it's like, you know, why do we keep going? Why do we do it? So that we can so we can try again. Like, why does the wheel keep? There's like the whole book series is one elongated Veins of Gold moment. Like, and again, the parallel being on the Dragonmount is a reference to when Lews Therin went into his weird coma state. I think we've got pretty good evidence for this.
I like
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
It's not even a loony theory. It's just
No.
a sound theory.
It is kind of.
No, it's a
Let's not
Lucy
go that
theory.
far.
Lucy theory.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah,
Lews Therin is
that's
the
your- that's
Scarlet
your-
Witch.
Yeah. What are you saying? He's Red Azure.
No,
He's
yeah,
the original Red Azure.
Taking it one step further, he might not even be the dragon. All of that could also be made up.
Oh.
And he's stuck in an insane asylum. He might have killed his family, for all we know. And he's trying to, like you said, justify why he did what he did. And he's just insane.
Let's see. Thatcher had a comment there in chat as well.
Is that a comment about you? What you said?
It's the Dark One's vision that traps Lews Therin while the Dark One remakes the world.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's
too.
an interesting theory as well.
Yeah. So like
So
when
that's
Rand and
actually
Dark
like the
One have their,
Matrix.
spin-off, yeah. Yeah. You
And
get trapped in the thinking that you've done it thing.
yeah, and it's that vision, like in that fake world that the Dark One creates. If the Dark One wins, then the person are gonna keep fighting against that. So by having an ending when the Dark One loses, then he ensures that there's
won't
no
try.
further. Yeah, there's no further resistance. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's a good one.
So in that, if that's the case, then the final battle is lost
Yep.
because none of our characters exist. There is no either dragon or dragon reborn. So even though we don't see what happens, at some point in this world, the Dark One wins.
I mean, that's true in the situation where everything that's happening within Lews Therin's head is just the Dark One creation. But we could also just have a situation where Lews Therin is like insane for something that is completely unrelated to the Dark One, and maybe there's not even a Dark One and a creator. He's just a crazy man who kills his wife and his kids and then make up this fake world in his mind, and then there's no battle to win or to lose. It's just the consequences of someone
So
who
he's a
doesn't have
fourth.
their head
So
anymore.
he's like your standard fourth-age serial killer.
And the Dark
or-
One's a doctor with a needle.
Yes, the Dark One is the psychologist, and that's why so many of the Forsaken are like people in STEM, because they're all involved
Right,
in his
yeah.
ongoing care.
Is it one flew over the cuckoo's nest?
Yes.
Yeah.
That could work as well. So he's
Like
not in his
Lamphere is like
mansion.
Lamphere is like the doctor or like the pharmacist or like dispensing medication. Asmodean runs group music therapy.
Did you all watch Dark, that
Yeah.
German TV show?
No.
Because there's some. In that case, I don't know whether I can talk because it's kind of like a spoiler for the end of the series. But it's like everything you thought was true turns out not to be true, but like this alternate reality that got created as a consequence of someone refusing to accept the loss of their kid.
That's
And I
really
don't know,
sad.
it makes me think of that.
Yeah.
Gosh, if you like shows, like TV shows where like it's very tense, there's a lot of intrigues, it's 3 seasons, there's a good ending, like it's well formed TV shows, Dark is a good one.
I
And
keep
I
thinking
got
you're saying
your
duck.
similarities. Yeah.
Dark. DARK.
Okay,
Duck.
not
That's
duck.
the dark one.
DUCK.
Dark.
No,
Dark.
not duck.
Not like
dark.
DuckTales.
Yeah.
Oh. Should we spin the wheel? I feel like we've
Yeah.
got to the end of this.
Uh,
Oh, we've got more suggestions. That's such an uncomfortable noise. Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
what
I
if
feel like we
Lamp-
need a lot of time to process that.
I feel like it was so close to being a possibility in the books, and I'm kind of sad it did not happen.
I'm
Because-
sad that like I would have liked one of the Forsaken to turn. I don't particularly care who.
Yeah. And like Lanfear, her allegiance to the Dark One is so thin. And
But
yeah.
it's tenuous, right? Like
Yeah.
especially like post Genji for her, and like when she's come back as Sindane and all of that, and she has her like weird dream world conversations with Rand. You feel like
We lost Sulin.
there are some.
No, she's still there.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay.
Okay. You lagged for us for a bit. Okay.
Oh, sorry. There were moments where she was so close, right? Where she's like begging, but then I don't know. I then go back and reread it and thinking, well, is she just faking it, or I guess to help us frame this, when do we want to say? When does she turn to the light? Because I guess it has to be third age.
Yeah.
Once Ishii has let her
Yeah.
out. So to determine what impact that has, when do we think would be reasonable point for her to turn?
I mean, the thing is that Lanfear doesn't feel like an evil character, but like more of a chaotic character. Like
Mm.
she has her own goals that she wants to meet. And so like yes, she's technically a soldier of the shadow, but kind of sometimes on a technicality, and you don't really see her doing like working in that intent, especially like no, even in earlier books, like she basically gave Rand a teacher through Asmodean, and
Yeah.
that was like a betrayal of the dark already.
I mean, she's
And
more
she-
best than evil.
Yeah, I mean she's chaotic neutral, sort of.
Yeah,
That's her own agenda.
Yeah,
Sort of
and
a
I
bit
feel
like Fane, even though he's obviously
It's-
evil.
No, Thane is a chaotic evil.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think like Lanfear kind of want to rule the world for herself with Lews Therin at her side. I feel like in order for her to like betraying the dark is not the problem, it's like actually joining the light that would be maybe more of an issue.
Hmm.
She would need like she would need for the forces of the light to give her a good reason to actively help them.
It would have to be through Rand, and I think for
Yeah.
that to happen, it would have to be quite early in the books for it to make sense.
So like in her Celine days, or like just after. Maybe in the Threefold
Yeah,
Dams?
maybe if she just stays Celine.
That
or
would
something.
be interesting. But then I guess with that, you wouldn't then get Moraine redstone doorframe Terangriel moment. Which means Moraine wouldn't stupidly lose her bloody power.
I'm fine with that.
Which we're all fine with.
Yeah.
Win-win.
And Jane Fastrider wouldn't die for no reason. And Matt wouldn't become Tudo.
One-eyed.
This kills the dark one.
I guess it'd be interesting because she'd then spend basically the entire rest of the series trying to persuade everyone else that she's turned, because no one apart from Rand would actually believe her. It'd be a real struggle for her to maintain that course. I think more believable would be that she's gone to the grey. Like, she won't actively help the light, but she won't actively aid the dark either. Like, if she were to say, I'm in it for Rand, and I'm not going to help either way, I feel like the others would kind of let that slide. Like, if you think about how Moraine acts in the show, with that last episode where, like, they're at the Waygate, and, like, Moraine goes into the ways with her. Now, I know this isn't obviously book canon, but, like, if that sort of thing happened in the books, you could kind of see Moraine being like, she's here to help Rand, whilst her and I goals don't align at the moment. What she's doing helps Rand, so I'm not going to turn against it. And it's, aided me in escaping from Swan at that moment. But, like, I don't believe that, the White Tower would want to see her brought to justice. There's, like...
Yeah.
There's,
I feel like she would need to hide, her identity so that...
Yeah, she would.
They're not big on redemption arches.
No.
So I have a few questions regarding especially like that comment that we showed. Lanfear, we need some therapy to deal with our relationship issues.
Yeah.
She turned to the dark after losing Lews Therin, so he knows that she's super possessive. I have some questions about timeline. In a sense, when she drills a bow, it takes some time between her drilling the bow and her joining the dark. And I'm curious whether, like, was she already super possessive about Lews Therin before drilling the bow? Were they still together at that time? Or did they break up after the bow or before the bow? Because, like, for example, is like she got completely obsessed about Lews Therin during the battle, during the fight between the Force of the Shadow and the Force of the Light, whatever. But was that something innate? Like, was she already crazily possessive about Lews Therin? Or is that something like she got corrupted into by the dark?
So you're almost as if Lanfear was also tainted by the drilling of the bow. In a way,
not just by the drilling of the bow, but she definitely got more susceptible to the dark because of that. And I feel like every people in contact with the dark gonna have some consequences of that. And I'm curious whether a reputation of being very possessive about Lews Therin started, is in part due to the corruption of the dark, or was that something already there? Because, if Lanfear wanted to turn to the light, she still has this connection to the dark, and that connection is something that can corrupt. So in order to be able to fully turn to the light, she needs to be able to break that connection.
Yeah.
Without, if she breaks that connection, the dark will know about it, and she'll become, enemy number one for every other Forsaken.
I doubt the connection would break until Rand seals the boar again.
I mean, Rand was able to cut the connection between Asmodean and the dark. And the dark one.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
So she kind of would have to work with him in order to break that connection, which would also mean that she needs to accept losing access to the true source, true power. I don't remember which one is.
Yeah.
Which one?
She'd probably keep the true power and just lose the one power, which probably isn't that big of a deal.
No, if you cut
No.
the connection to the dark, you keep the one power, which is the one that everyone uses, but the true power is the one from that you get from your connection to the dark.
Yeah. I feel like she was possessive before. I feel like, and I could be completely wrong, but I feel like Lews Therin dumped her while she was still at the Column Dam.
I think so.
Just
but-
purely because, like, in the flashbacks when Rand goes through the arches, like it talks about, you know, Mirror Sedai is doing this thing, but like I feel like Lews Therin would have been mentioned. Like, I don't know, like why wasn't Lews Therin also?
Because they don't work in the same field. You're not going to mention your husband if you're a scientist working in a specific field, right?
No, but he was like he did wear the Ring of Tamerlane, right? Like he was
Yeah,
like
but like for
one of the
example,
leaders.
drilling the bore was something that Mirin and Baydom and a few other researchers did, but
Yeah.
Lews Therin may not be one of, like, Lews Therin probably wasn't within that research field. So why would
but then
why-
he went to seal it after.
Yeah, but like
like-
there's at least 100 years in between those two moments.
Events.
Like
Mm.
from the moment of the drilling of the bore and the
Yeah,
start of
there's
the breaking of the
100-ish
world,
years,
there's
isn't there?
so
Yeah.
much time.
I tend to forget that.
I don't know. I feel like the drilling of the bore is very much a like. I feel like for her, like it was like, you know, this big. You think if you're involved in this like big, all-encompassing research project, like I feel like if she was still in a relationship with Lews Therin and she was as possessive as she had, like she wouldn't almost. I don't know. She like. I find it hard to believe that Lews Therin wouldn't have somehow been mentioned or not even involved, but just
Yeah.
like.
So I'm looking at the
Around.
wiki, and apparently they did break up before. So she was as strong in the power as a woman could be. Mirin did not distinguish herself enough to earn a surname, a mark of great social service and prestige she coveted. This likely irked her, as she was power hungry. Lews Therin eventually left her because she loved the prestige of being his lover more than she loved Lews Therin himself. She was known to have been quite bitter over Lews Therin leaving her. And
So
made
she threw
several
herself
blatant-
into her work. Like, good on her.
Yeah, good on her. And she made several blatant and public attempt to get him back from his wife. Lews Therin rebuffed that advance, as he loved his wife and knew Mirin's character too well. Some unknown time later, in the course of her research as a colondan, she and a colleague of her named Baydemon discovered an energy source, and that's what led to the bore. I do think there's quite like a distinction between being bitter over a breakup and being the super possessive person that we
Yeah, I
met
agree.
later on.
I think
agree.
the
And
line
also, like,
when-
So I will say that knowing the books and how women with ambitions are not particularly well seen in those books,
Yeah.
I'm always a bit suspicious when I read things like she was poor, hungry, and she was coveting some social prestige and this kind of thing, because we're still in a
Yeah.
society where women wanting something for themselves is not well seen. So
Yeah.
how much of
Think
it
of all
was
the
because she
Egwene
was a
hate.
mean
Like,
Yes, the Egwene 8 is literally something that comes to mind all the time because
exactly
it
the
frustrates
same.
me so much. It's internalized misogyny and like biased. Yeah, anyway, it's
Yeah.
Go be a woman who wants a career and wants to be known for, like, oh no, Lanfear dared to want a certain name because she wanted some recognition. Oh, such a bad person to want that. I'm like,
She just
okay.
wanted to smash the gender pay gap.
Yeah.
Like, she, like, there was a glass ceiling. She wanted to smash that. And, you know, it's not her fault that her research project didn't quite
Turned
have
out
the
like
results that she hypothesized.
So, like, I'm sorry to say, but when you think about that, when you think about those books, the fact that the power source that treats men and women in the same way is actually the evil power source is so fucked up. So, yeah, I have issues with those books.
And as Neil said,
it's very
and she
much
did nothing.
90s genders. So, yeah.
Yeah, it is. Like, so, all right, we got very off track. So if she's impacted by the boar and that's turned her into a more possessive, you know, it's just, you know, exposure to darkness is just, it's taken what was previously probably standard level, I'm a bit miffed and bitter about the end of my relationship, to next level possessiveness, right? So what Thatcher was saying, and that she would need some serious therapy. And there's no way she's sharing Rand, let's also be honest, right? So there needs to be some sort of reckoning between Lanfear, Rand, Elaine, Avienda, and Min.
Elaine and
She's not
Avienda can
sharing.
have their own thing together.
They can have each other, that's fine.
They can have each other, and Min can find someone that doesn't require her to change herself to please them.
Yeah,
Not that
I
Rand
mean,
required anything. Rand didn't
that-
require, but she changed some of herself to please someone else, and that irks me.
they can all find
Not
more
right.
appropriate
Partner.
partners. Yeah.
Min could get Matt.
Oh.
I mean,
In the books,
anyone
there's
is
no
better
really reason.
for Matt than Tuon. But I don't know. So
I get nothing intelligent to say today.
You compared
say
Lanfear to Oppenheimer, so I mean,
if she turns, say she turns during the I'm pretending to be Celine bit, does she then maintain the Celine facade as a carrion and noble woman? In which case, what lengths does she have to go to protect that facade? Like, Rand might know the truth, right? But she's told people that she's a carrion and noble. So does she, in turning to the light, does she then have to, like, do a Grendel and, like, kill a noble family and take up their residence and stuff? Or in turning to the light, is she, like, fully, like, I won't do evil shit now? Because I don't see... I don't
think
know.
it's
I don't see...
progressive.
I don't
Yeah.
think she would want to cosplay for too long.
No.
I mean,
No.
I feel like you could have a scenario where she fake it for a while, and maybe Rand is not fully aware of that, and maybe some people have suspicion but not proof, and by more or less trying to prove herself to the light, the things that she was willing to do gets smaller and smaller, and it's not one on-off switch. It's a progress, like it's a
learning.
progression from
It's a
the
learning.
dark.
Yeah.
It's a learning opportunity.
I think she was.
Is it more like
then-
Zuko's redemption arc in Avatar: The Last Airbender?
I was thinking about him. But him, like Zuko, has a more sudden change, because he goes from like still believing into like in the Fire Nation to kind of having to run from it. I don't exactly remember what
I
happened.
guess Zuko has the right morals all the way through. It's just that he believes that he has to regain his honor through doing this thing for his like he knows the difference between right and wrong all the way through, which I think Lanfear does, right? She just chooses not to do the right thing. I guess it means she can like more freely help like Perrin learning the dream world. You think like last battle, like Perrin doesn't know if he can trust her when he's like trying to move the dream spike and all of that sort of stuff. Like if she was more obviously on the side of the light, she might be quite a big help there. The Forsaken might go down quicker because she'd know them all. If she helped more publicly, is there more room publicly for forgiveness?
I mean,
but maybe she would
start
be
calling
asked
herself
to
Therin
be
again.
Yeah. Maybe
Use
she
the
would also be
Lanfear name
asked
for that.
to spy the Forsaken. Maybe she'd be like
a double agent.
A double agent, yeah, kind of thing.
I like that.
What
I mean, it would mean that the
certain
Shara
light-
plotline wouldn't come out of nowhere, right? Well, no, maybe it still would. Did she
mean-
know about Demandred's plans?
Nobody knows where Demandred,
Nobody knows.
like what the fuck Demandred is doing.
What were you gonna say?
What if she turned to the light after the last battle, and we have the fourth age?
Well,
It
that
wouldn't
might still
change
happen,
plot.
right?
Yeah,
So that might
still
happen. It might
Yeah.
still happen.
It might still happen.
especially because the Dark One losing the last battle does mean
Yeah.
that her connection to the Dark One is now broken.
Yeah,
That might make the
So-
most sense.
Yeah,
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and she looks like, although she does, Rand does look like Moradin at that point, right? So like, I guess it depends on if she thinks Moradin's hot. Like, I don't know. Just because it's, you might be the same person, but like, I don't know.
I
There's
don't
still
think
some
Larva
level
cares,
of I
really,
need to
as long
find
as it's
you.
the same person.
You switched bodies once. You can. Oh, another new body. I have a new body. We
yeah,
all
but
get
she has
new bodies.
history with Moradin. There's
Yeah,
a different. It's different when your ex-lover has a new body, and your ex-lover is now like in the body of someone you disliked before.
Yeah. Like, what if Aggie got body swapped with Donald Trump? like, it'd be a bit like that, right? Like, you'd still love them as a person, but there'd be some real issues that you would need to get.
We're gonna have to take all our savings and pay for plastic surgery. And we're gonna like a good workout program and yeah.
I mean, the hair's gone immediately. Zzz. Get rid of it.
That's true. You could just shave.
That
That
is
would
a
help.
disturbing thought.
What even more disturbing is the thought of a ripped Donald Trump. It's just weird.
Oh god, yeah.
Okay,
Donald Trump going jogging. Oh god.
Scalpel.
Okay.
Um,
Do we have anything to say about Lanfear?
No.
Maybe
we
she
need
will
to wrap
turn
up.
to the light. Spoilers,
Maybe.
I guess, or we shall see. Raffo.
Rafa.
I want to read that fan fiction. That's what I want to say.
Every week I'm like, I want to read that fanfiction. Because last week I only remember that there was some mention of fanfiction too. What was last week about?
I don't remember.
I
Was
wasn't
it Dane
here.
Bornhold?
Yeah.
Oh yes, Dane Bornhall as a warder.
Yeah. I need to watch.
That sounds good. Should
And
we spin the wheel for next week?
Yes.
Sorry,
this is
Andrew,
not
I
that many.
interrupted you.
No, it's okay.
We need some more.
Yes.
If you're watching, please send us some suggestions to add to the Flickr wheel. There is a link somewhere.
Or just DM us.
Or just DM us.
Okay.
Or post
let's do it.
something on our Discord.
Yeah.
Spin it.
Oh no. Oh
yeah.
no.
Well,
Well.
musical episode.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. Donald would sing. Hooray.
Let Donald-
Yay.
Before we go, I need to. If this is not what related, it's Wheel of Time adjacent, I would say. If you haven't heard, Brandon Sanderson is. I'm following his release of a new leather bound of Words of Radiance and another secret project. Of course,
I think he's
He has
broken
written-
Kickstarter again.
No, it's backer kit. It's some.
Oh,
you know,
backer kit.
Yeah, it's a Kickstarter ripoff, but it's up to 7.3 millions in 2 hours.
Wow.
God.
So yeah, they broke it for like 40 minutes before it came back. So if you like
Sanderson's
Brandon
mine.
Sanderson, and I mean, if I had the money, they would look beautiful, but you know, poor.
Yeah, looked
I've
at
got
it
all
and
the
then like,
digital ones for the last one. No.
I have too many other things to read.
I still haven't
That's
read
true.
anything of Brandon Sanderson, so
Oh,
I've
it's on
read-
my list.
I've
like
read the
Sanderson.
first Mistborn trilogy, and that's
Yeah.
it.
yeah, first Mistborn, Stormlight, and Elantris. That's...
Yeah, I think I've read like the first 2 or 3 Stormlight, but I can't really remember anything apart from Kaladin and Elantris and the first Mistborn trilogy and like 2 of the Wax and Wanes, but can't remember anything. I'm on a reread this year of Sanderson. So,
Yeah.
so
Okay.
next week,
Yeah.
what was written by Disney? Oh my god, I can't wait to see what graphic you come up with for that.
Oh yeah,
You
that's
can,
gonna
you
be
can
something.
suggest stuff. I mean, I already made a Matt Abu one, so
Everyone, please put suggestions in Discord for Wheel of Time / Disney characters, please.
oh, there's so many. Oh, I think it's gonna be a good episode. Please tune in for that. And
Yeah.
thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next week.
We'll see you next
See
week.
you. Bye.
Hey, Mike,
We're still live.
I think something borked. I
What
pressed the button.
happened?
We're
think-
still live.
I know. Hang
Let's
on.
turn it up again.
Try again.
Oh no!